counts of failure to give medical treatment to an animal. Hold on just a second. Counsel, do you have any recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's asking for a $15,000 secured appearance bond in this matter. Although the state does recognize that Ms. McLaughlin, I think, has only one prior misdemeanor conviction that is more than 10 years old. This is a very serious case. Since August of this year, there have been concerns about the conditions of the animals on her property. When the Humane Society initially came out to check on the welfare of some of those animals, Ms. McLaughlin refused to let them in areas of her home to check on the conditions of the dogs at that time. Ms. McLaughlin was holding herself out as a animal rescue facility, calling herself Special Needs Animal Welfare League. And was apparently taking in animals, rescue dogs at that time in poor health conditions. However, she was not providing them with appropriate medical conditions, medical treatment, or living conditions. Many of the dogs were unable to move. There were dogs that were found in their own feces, unable to move. Dogs were found without any water. In her home and surrounding area, in total, there were 55 dogs that were seized from the residents. A veterinarian has advised that it's likely that some of those dogs are going to need to be put down because of their medical conditions. Additionally, Ms. McLaughlin was providing care for her elderly mother in the home as well. The home was in such conditions, the air quality was determined by hygienists on the scene to be unbreathable. The fire department had to wear breathing apparatus in order to be able to get into the home. The house has been deemed condemned due to the air quality and the overall conditions of the home. The state is very concerned that if Ms. McLaughlin were released without a bond, that she would be a safety risk to her mother as well as to animals. We'd ask for a court order that says that she may not possess any animals at all, given the way that she was poorly treating, really mistreating the animals that were in her care at this time. Again, these dogs suffered horrific neglect and living conditions. Given the totality of the circumstances, the state believes that that bond is appropriate, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counsel. I also have reviewed the victim's impact statement from Kathleen McLaughlin. I assume that is the mother that was mentioned by counsel. Kathleen McLaughlin wants you released immediately. At this point in time, the court has appointed your attorney. You have two hearing dates, the 28th of September, the second day of October. I've set a bond in the amount of $25,000 cash. That's the maximum misdemeanor for the cruelty to an animal. But again, another judge, not me, because that's not my job, could easily stack that 55 times, or technically 55 times 2. Ms. McLaughlin, do not make contact with the arresting officers, do not possess any drugs without a valid prescription, do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid license. I agree wholeheartedly with the state. No animals, absolutely no animals. Good luck, Miss.
And Your Honor, if I could just ask for clarification, was that bond amount $25,000 cash only or $2,500?
2,500. Did I say 25,000?
You did.
I apologize. Thank you for catching that. She knows what the maximum fine for misdemeanor is. That's what alerted her. Again, $2,500 cash. Good luck, Miss. Officers, the next ones I show are all house calls. May I accompany you, officers?